technology to allow every developer to realize their full vision.
Where are the games at?
Where are the games?
Where are the games?
It's dry. Where are the games?
I kind of keep waiting for them to do their thing.
I don't see anything.
These are easily the most pointless upgrades I've ever experienced.
What is the point of buying a console if you can just make a PC?
If you're gonna have everything on PC, why not just buy a PC and abandon the console?
Where are the games? Where are the deadlines? Where are the projects? Where are the teases? Like, it feels weird that it's like,
Why buy consoles?
Now comes the fun part. We get to see how the development community takes advantage of that feature set.
Alright guys, this is your boy Like I Want to Have an Enduro, and you know what? I don't want to be a negative Nancy all the time. I don't want to be a person just talking about all the bad things that's happened every time. Really don't. The gaming channel that I created with my sister is supposed to be about being informed, but also enjoying this hobby we call gaming. And I do enjoy this hobby that we call gaming. Again, playing Xenoblade Chronicles X and enjoying the new details and stories that they added on to the story. And I'm enjoying that. I'm only in chapter 5, but I'm having fun with it. So, again, I like that. I'm enjoying that. But we know that, you know, this Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. Everybody's making big boo-hoo, too expensive, games are too expensive, stuff like that. My stand still stand and will stand from the day I started this channel. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you like it, buy it. If you think it's not worthy, don't buy it. Right? And I'm only doing this little claim because I said this with the PlayStation Pro. It's your money, you do what you want to do with it. The only thing I would say as a fellow human being is take care of your needs before you take care of your wants. Make sure the needs are taken care of, and you have a little extra money, go do that. But and the Nintendo Switch still could be purchased, and there's games still coming off the original Nintendo Switch. Point blank period. Alright, we got that. But I want to talk about this right here, and also hopefully if I can in this amount of time, I want to give a generation end that is really positive. And this is the reason, and you'll see it in this video. As I stated, gaming is about fun. And one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is why I, and many other people like Nintendo. Now, they're doing 4K now, which is UHD. They're doing 120 frames per second. They're doing a lot more tech talk this time, which makes sense. And a lot of people's like, oh, this is not Nintendo because they've never done that. They've done that in the past. Now you play with Nintendo, you're playing with power. They did it with the 32, with Super Nintendo, with the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. You had it all throughout those in the 90s. They also did with the GameCube to a little bit, but then they see how third parties treated them. And again, people are like, oh, they don't like Nintendo getting the key cards. Again, I'm not gonna be all positive all the time. I'll do a video for that, but I don't like they give third party option. If they don't want it, you take it up with the third party. It's not Nintendo. Wait, they give an option. You anger Nintendo for giving them the option to put it on whatever they want. That's asininely stupid, but I digress. But people are like, oh man, we ain't gonna do this. I have a video that's on the channel. If this is before or after, talk about how YouTubers was like all negative. Oh, we ain't gonna want this, but then come to find out they still bought the console. So it's like, come on, stop it. Now again, I'll proclaimer. I have not seen Penguin Zero video channel because I don't watch his channel. And the Wizard, maybe I think he's gonna stand up to his set. I hope he does. Apologize for that, but anyway, there's a reason why a lot of people play Nintendo games, and I don't want to do a video about this as well too in Generation N. It needs to be talked about, but we buy Nintendo games for Nintendo games. The consoles is literally just the gateway into it, into their IPs. they do a lot of stuff that I like for the consoles. They do a stuff in the consoles I don't like, and I have literally, you've heard, those who've been with the channel for so long heard me call out all the grievances I have with Nintendo's consoles, the bad things they have done in certain cases. Not all of it, but in certain cases. And it is what it is. But the reason we like Nintendo is because of the quality, because of the polish, because of the world they come up with. Yes, it takes power to do what they got to do, and you got to pay for it. But again, still can't help it. So let's watch over some games. The top 10 Nintendo games that amazingly age well. Bring it down a little bit.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the games from Nintendo whose graphics, gameplay, and or overall experiences still hold up when played today.
Exactly.
Number 10, Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Now, I'm a red, green, yellow kind of guy, and I played Gold and Silver, and it was fun. And I do like the back end of it that they had. You could go to counter region, so that was pretty cool. But I get it. From my perspective, I'm talking about my prerogative in this.
When revisiting the Game Boy Pokemon titles, there are some clear issues with Red and Blue. Balancing issues, bugs, and a black and white color palette are just a few things that hold them back. Their immediate successors fixed many of these problems though, giving them much better longevity. Overpowered Pokemon types are now weak to new ones. The classic graphics are in vibrant colors. There's even a day and night cycle, which is impressive to implement on an 8-bit console.
Just 5 more. Dude, I smell as bad as I feel. Showers and...
Gold and Silver even arguably has the franchise's best post-game content, still with the entire Kanto region from the previous games, although that may say more about Pokemon. Regardless, Gold and Silver are games whose value, like their namesake medals, continue to grow.
I know this is
Number
my
9,
sister was saying.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing. Oh my goodness. And I'm saying, this will be a good secret. I don't know. I have no details to this. I don't have no thing. Mario Kart World. This will be a good little secret to have. To people who are like, oh, $80, whatever. To do it, put in a mode, like a boss mode, like your missions. The boss will be like Wizpig. Say Wizpig came over from this world into Mario Kart World and started corrupting stuff. That'll be awesome. That's just an idea. That's just an idea. So, yeah.
Kart racing games in general hold up beautifully. Among the older titles in the genre, the often overshadowed Diddy Kong Racing is our pick. Unlike many racers, this game offers a surprisingly robust story mode with a hub world to explore, items and objectives to collect outside of winning races, and bosses to defeat. The variety of gameplay extends to the races too, since, in addition to the usual karts, you can race with hovercrafts and planes as well. Plus, the colorful cast of characters and infectiously catchy music just makes Diddy Kong Racing a fun time no matter when you're playing it. Number 8, Earthbound.
Okay. I give respects to Earthbound because it's done stuff that a lot of games really didn't do. And of course, you know, you gotta respect Undertale and stuff like that. You guys got it because you know, games like this is what help you get like Undertale and the other game that came out from Undertale as well. I forgot the name, but yeah.
Despite being overlooked when it was first released, Earthbound has become the poster child for cult hit video games. Although its combat is as classic as an RPG can get, it's the presentation where Earthbound truly shines. Its American-like setting, unconventional heroes, goofy story, and bizarre characters make it unlike anything else, despite inspiring other games. Other RPGs have you fighting monsters and knights, but Earthbound pits you against hot coffee, aliens, and piles of vomit. Despite its title, Earthbound is anything but down to earth, and its reputation only continues to soar.
Exactly.
Number 7. Super Mario World 2: Yoshi's Island.
Now that game is a classic. Real classic.
Mario platformers age like wine. This is common knowledge. Yoshi's first time in the spotlight is as fine a vintage as you could ask for. Yoshi must rescue a baby Luigi with his brother in tow while journeying through several brightly colored bouncy worlds. Swallowing enemies and shooting them out as eggs makes for some creative and fun gameplay. The game has tight, responsive controls, intricately crafted stages, and beautiful music. And sure, babysitting an infant Mario may not be everyone's cup of tea, particularly once he starts wailing, but Yoshi's Island is still a spectacular 2D platformer. Number 6. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Now, I have not played this game. I bought it, but I have not played it. I'm looking forward to playing it. And I respect everybody who's got love for this game. This is not my first Paper Mario, but hey. Again, my point is, I give respect to where there's good game, and since I bought it, I know I gotta play it, so. And it looks good. Back, you know what I mean, and back then compared to now, it still looks good. Like I said, it aged very well, and people need to understand that.
We've established that Mario ages perfectly, but RPGs also endure for longer than most games. And the Paper Mario art style may be paper thin, but it's eternal enough to last 1,000 years. The second game in the Paper Mario series refines the timed button press battle mechanics while also adding new partner characters with unique abilities. The story and the characters are funny and engrossing, and the locations are imaginative. And with the new remake of The Thousand-Year Door launching last year, it just proves that Mario's RPG outings are still as beloved today as they were 20 years ago.
Correct.
Number 5. Metroid Prime.
You already don't know. I ain't gotta say nothing. You know how I feel about Metroid Prime. I am a big Metroid gamer, and that's for sure one of my all-time best games to have. And I've not even played the remastered version yet. Good grief, but yeah.
Metroidvania titles age pretty gracefully, and the Metroid series' first foray into 3 dimensions still looks and plays fantastically decades later. Metroid Prime effortlessly blends FPS elements with tried-and-true exploration and platforming. The beautifully expansive world of Talon 4 is brimming with atmosphere and secrets, and it's underscored by an incredible soundtrack and shockingly timeless graphics that make each new area come to life.
It does. I like
Whether Samus is battling space pirates or solving puzzles, Metroid Prime feels like a truly immersive experience. I guess you could say that it's still in its prime.
Oh, okay. We don't need all those bad puns. But yes, awesome to have this.
Number 4. Super Smash Bros.
Melee. Not surprised by that one. People will still play that.
Fighting games have a pretty long shelf life, and Super Smash Bros. Melee has had an incredibly enduring popularity. The crossover fighter may not have the positively massive rosters of the later entries in the series, but Melee is still widely played, with professional tournaments being held even today.
Yep.
While the
Oh,
draw
yeah.
of pitting Nintendo's greatest characters against each other remains evergreen, it's the incredibly precise and speedy way the characters control
Good way of saying it, evergreen. That's a good way of saying it, sir.
that has Melee feeling just as satisfying to play today as it was at the turn of the millennium. The wide variety of modes, wacky items, and music drawn from dozens of other games certainly don't hurt either.
Oh, man. I ain't gonna argue about
Number
that one.
3, Star Fox 64.
Uncle Leandrod! Move it, Fox! He's right behind you!
I know how this is gonna
This
go.
space opera shooter franchise has tried and failed again and again to surpass the greatness of Star Fox 64. But there's just no
And I give the greatness of the Star Fox 64. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hesitate, that is true. I do like Star Fox Zero, I do like Star Fox Assault, and I do like Star Fox Avengers. I do like those games too. Those are really great games. And if you get a chance to go check them out, because they really are great games. But I understand in what Star Fox 64 did.
beating it. The Star Fox team's battles against the evil Andross and his forces play out across various routes on each playthrough, helping every time you play feel unique.
They're not taking me serious. Here they come! Hey, Einstein, I'm on your side!
Gameplay is split between multiple vehicles, which always helps. As for the characters, Star Fox 64 is loaded to the brim with iconic animal heroes and villains who deliver a barrage of cheesy one-liners. Even doing a barrel roll wouldn't be enough to shake off this game's legacy.
Do a barrel roll!
Number 2, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Classic.
You cannot tell me this is not the coolest drawing board that you have ever...
Classic. Of course. That makes sense. Not gonna lie.
There are many classic Zelda titles, but we'd argue that this one has aged the best of the bunch. Wind
Yes.
Waker's cel-shaded art style may have been criticized upon its release, but time has proven
I
the
know,
haters
right?
wrong, since its gorgeous
Exactly.
graphics are positively eternal.
Cause back then, games didn't know shit from Shinola.
Meanwhile, Link's voyages on the Great Sea feature an almost open-world level of detail and variety. The charming characters and simple yet fun combat makes exploring every nook and cranny rewarding. And it's all set to a sweeping soundtrack that's arguably one of the Zelda franchise's best. Life comes in waves, and Wind Waker is still riding high.
It is one of the best. That aged very well.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our
Who'd have
channel
thought?
and ring the bell to get notified about our latest
You go different
videos.
routes,
You
you'll
have the
be
option to be notified for
following the
occasional
crowd.
videos
Ooh,
or
God
all of
forbid.
them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Super Mario World.
Not surprising. Again, hey Amber, this is the same asset, same blah 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 you're talking about. This is why they games. This is why again I showed you why the best Mario game was. Here you go watch what you're doing there. Let's talk about Super Mario World. The music, the play, the gameplay. It's just it came out in '92 and it's still rocking it. Jeez.
We've already extolled Mario's timeless appeal in spin-off games, but Super Mario World is one of the absolute gold standards, not only of Mario games, but of video gaming as a medium. The 16-bit graphics look good no matter what year it is. The
Exactly.
platforming is fine-tuned to perfection. It's loaded with secrets and hidden areas. The music is catchy and has been stuck in our heads for decades.
What can you do?
Honestly, there are plenty of fantastic Mario platformers, but Super Mario
are.
World leaps and bounds over most of them. Much like Mario himself, this game simply does not age.
And what you just saw right there is just a small list, and I do mean small, list of games. That's why people are buying the Nintendo Switch 2, because they're waiting for the next evolution of these games. We had an evolution with Zelda, with Breath of the Wild. We had an evolution with Mario Odyssey, even though we've had before that with Galaxy and with Mario 64. we had an evolution with Donkey Kong coming right now. You can't argue that part, but it's evolution, and want to see how fun and good the game is. And before that, Kirby, who's been a mainstay on all Nintendo's consoles, from quirky games to spin-offs to fun. He got his biggest off-spin. He got a big, on the Nintendo Switch, he had a big game, and he had a bigger game with Forgotten Lands. Like, he got 2 entries, and Forgotten Lands being the evolution. Like, that's what people looking at. Look at Mario Kart 8. So great, over 70 million, we good. And now we're going to have an evolution of it with Mario Kart World. That's why they're doing it. Again, you don't have to buy Nintendo stuff. You don't have to do that. I am good in seeing, hey, I saw the people playing. I don't really do this a lot, but I do watch it once in a while. I say, oh man, people like this whole, what's the game that's the most buzz, and I watch a little bit of the gameplay and I say, not for me, but hey, I see why people like it. Let them enjoy it. That don't mean I have to go buy the console and bash the console and see all the stuff like that. Again, it's not what I like, so I don't buy it. Simple concept. Very simple concept. Now, with that said, I'm going to add in a little bit of Freakazoid here because he basically tally up what's going on from all the fake fans, the YouTubers who do stuff for fakeness and all this stuff. Yeah, this is why I added it. Again, this is for fun. So I don't want to be all negative on it, but this is what is extended generation. To be honest with you, games after this long, Nintendo Switch, what we just dropped right here, extending GameStop's life maybe a couple more years, maybe a year or a year and a half, because a lot of people went to GameStop to get these games. So GameStop have no problem paying up to Nintendo, get their money and say, hey, give me these stuff, whatever. Even though Nintendo have they have the biggest gaming library, Switch One, the biggest, and I'm just talking typical. Maybe in your GameStop is different, but in my a couple GameStops that's around me that I've been to just to see, I look in once in a while just to see. I was gonna say the second GameStop. Oh yeah, even though the Switch One has the biggest gaming library, even though the Switch One has the biggest physical library, sorry about that. Let me try to redo what I said. The GameStops that I've been into, like I said, my spot, they have the Nintendo Switch still is the smallest section out of the PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah, we know why. One of it is because a lot of people don't return their games and stuff like that because of the situation. But come on now. But I'm also gonna let this play through whatever, because again, I just want to have fun with people and let y'all listen to Fleek. Again, check out Freakazoid on YouTube. That's if you guys could take it. Like I say, he ain't gonna be with you all the time, but for just jokes and giggles, I like it. That's why I am a subscriber to his channel.
$50? I don't care. I'm gonna buy it. I'm still gonna buy it. Hello, this is Flump, calling in from the Oval. Don't do it, Fleek. Your credit score isn't even 450. 450? I wouldn't even pay that much in taxes. Now, I'm not saying I evade, but I certainly a schwal. No wonder people are doing fentanyl. That shit's way cheaper than Mario Kart. These prices are getting so bad that people are saying fentanyl is the new family entertainment system. Have you heard this? People are saying this. I should deport that greasy meatball gobbling bastard Mario for what he's doing to you people. I really should. The big N-word. Nintendo is pillaging their fans' wallets once again, but I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna let it happen. Not this time. So welcome to Trump House. I'm terraforming the world so they cancel the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders because you people can't help yourselves. You're helpless like little babies, little feeble babies that eat baby food. We're not helpless. Shut up, you're tariffed. Little bitch babies, that's what I call Nintendo fans. You guys say you won't buy it, but I know you'll buy it because that greasy Italian reminds you of when life was good and you could still get hard. You know, I was gonna drop an N-word on the Japanese to stop you guys from pre-ordering, but Vance here said, you shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't do that. He said, if you drop an N-word, then Russia will launch their N-words, and N-words are gonna be flying all over the place. People will have to hide in their bunkers from the N-words, like Fallout. So I didn't use the N-word. But if I pay $80 for Mario Kart and it doesn't work out, probably I will do it. I would almost say definitely. And what do you mean by N-word? Nuclear bomb, Pierres. We've been through this. That's what I call nukes, the N-word. Sometimes I call them the N-bomb. And if they're very radioactive, I call them hard R, as in hardcore radiation. People shouldn't say these words. Now let me pass it over to presenter Fleek. Great guy, huge dick, 3.5. Hard, he got terrified. God, this guy. Samuel L. Vance, hang up the phone. Pimps, I fear the worst has happened. Nintendo has gained consciousness. They finally woke up and realized that PlayStation's off making Jaws and Concord, Xbox off making nothing, then when they do make something, you want them to go back to making nothing, and Nintendo's the only ones left cranking out fun games. But as always, if you want to have your loyalty abused, become a Nintendo fan. You'll realize that nostalgia is worse for your wallet than crack. The Nintendo Switch 2 is an awesome console with fun games, but it's also death by 1,000 gotchas. And listen, $450 for the console? I'm a big boy. I can take one honest fucking. But I didn't want to buy Mario Kart for $60, let alone $70, but I did. So now I'm paying $80. And so far, the only response I've gotten from Nintendo is, what do you guys not have credit cards? Bowser's calling us all broke. I'm not broke. You're broke. Really broke. Brokeback Bowser, that's what we call you. I'll show you who's broke. I'll pre-order 3 of these Switches right now. You don't have the credit cards. I have the credit cards. Hang up on him. Whatever the fuck you are, Vance. But it's not all bad news in the last week. Not a minute late. 10 years later, Nintendo is finally launching their competitor to the Kinect, which also doubles as a face cam for their new, legally distinct Discord. So now when you're harassing your friends and family, the NSA can finally put a face behind the slurs.
Hey!
Yo!
And what a wonderful piece of hardware this is.
This is Slim calling in from the 480p Piranha Plant camera. Everything's computer. The sound, the visuals, all of it is so good. What quality? What shit quality, I mean. I'm tariffing this shitty camera, and all 6 of the pixels are getting tariffed too. Flop out.
At least Nintendo's finally adjusting to reality, and we're done with that whole rooftop ritual sacrifice or whatever the hell was going on in the first Switch 1 trailer. I mean, still though, people are being way too nice to each other for a game of Mario Kart. This kind of feels like false advertising. Check this out.
Oh, he's trying to eat me. He's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it. Alright, I'm sharing my super secret hummingbird recipe.
And I would give Fleet that because he put in a lot of people.
Okay, I got it.
Your mother's a whore, Janice. A great big beautiful whore. She's seen more dicks than a locker room mirror, that lady. So much dick. I should have tariffed her to stop your release. I'm sorry, that...
Oh my goodness, I had a laugh. I'm laughing here. I had a catch back.
Don't cry. I'm getting hard.
Now, if you're planning on upgrading to the premium plan to get better screen share quality, make new plans, because this is the premium plan. Couldn't you tell? The dead giveaway was that you could use legally distinct Discord at all, because the dusty bitches that aren't a Nintendo Online member don't get to use this. They're not people. If you don't pay for Switch Online, the C button won't send you to legally distinct Discord. It'll send you to ZipRecruiter so your broke ass can get a second job. Their words, not mine. You need to keep Nintendo afloat. You think it's cheap to make DK look this sexy? Look at the ass on that gorilla. What a great ass. A huge ass. Not quite Melania's ass. I salute that ass, but this ass... I'd shake hands with it. The screen is better now, so Nintendo has begun shitting on the quality of the old screen. And if you think that looks good, take a look at Cyberpunk on this bitch. By God, it doesn't look a frame over 30. Hey, my great buddy, my good pal, you want to know what I think about that? Well then, change the channel. I'd like to solve, Pat. Tariff. The word is tariff. What a nice word. In fact, Pat, my sweet sugarum, my honey bear, the sun to my moon. Look at me with those piercing blue eyes, baby.
Oh my
I
goodness.
dare me. Van Halen cuts a commercial break. In other news, they've announced the games will be running at 60 FPS and 120 FPS in some games, sometimes, if they've been upgraded and if you've bought that upgrade. Or perhaps, if you've joined the Not a Broke Bitch plan, you can always rent 60 FPS. Because of course, you didn't think when you bought your fancy new Switch Pro that you'd be able to just boot up the games you already own and take advantage of all that power without paying even more, did ya? You dumb bitch! I tariff you for being so stupid. Hang up, chubby face, twirly hat, lollipop bitch. And the sad part about all the price gouging is that these games look fun as hell. We've got Red Faction Gorilla, another mech game, wheelchair basketball, Metroid Prime 4, Escape from Bloodborne, Kirby, Mario Kart Horizon. And some of these games are only going to cost $70. I mean, some of them might cost $80 and maybe $90 in some of the physical editions. But don't worry, once a year, some of these games will go on a deep discount of 10% off. What do you guys not have kidneys? That spaghetti vendor Mario is a fake and a fraud. All of Mushroom Kingdom knows this. Massive bitch Mario, that's what we call him. $80 for Mario. Luigi's the better brother, I've always said this. Mario can't even hold on to Princess Peach, and all of Mushroom Kingdom's been an Urk Castle, I'll tell you that much. But not you, Mario. I wonder why that is. And you better not buy this for $80. You know how much shit I got from Big Winnie for all those tariffs? He told us, he said, we'll be banning Hollywood movies in our country. I said, do it, pussy. That's actually a great idea. I think I might do the same here. Have you seen that new Snow White movie? So bad. I tariff Snow White and the 7 slightly shorter than average fellas. Minion Vance, hang up the phone. Then they get another stab on you with the tech demo, and this one's just for shits and giggles. No one was gonna play this tech demo anyways, but they're still gonna charge you $10 for it. What, do you guys not have a ski mask and a Glock? The demo is $10. I'm tariffing that demo. I tariff them. Now I know why the Switch 2 is coming out in Pride Month. Doug Bowser just won't stop fucking me. Oh, listen, I just made it to the jiggle joint. I gotta go. What do you mean I can't touch Crystal? I tariff you, Crystal. I'm tariffing that big juicy ass of yours, Crystal. Hang up the phone, Minion Vance. And then another detail, and you're gonna think this is a bad thing, but it's actually a pretty good thing. They're calling it the Switch 2 because you get 2 hours of battery life. Thank God, now I only have to play 2 hours of that shitty new Power World Without Guns at a time. Whoa! Tariff. That's it for Trump House, everyone. Now, if you excuse me, I'm flying to Mexico so I can pre-order the Switch 2, and they're gonna pay for it. You are great, big, and beautiful, President Flump. You...
Okay. That's all I can say. You have fun with it, enjoy it. I just want to do a generation and that was just like fun and positive and not negativity all the time. I'll get back to that when I got a chance. But hey, with that said, remember, there's no perfect games out there. It's perfect to you, it's not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy games on all consoles, including PC. Really good jokes. Love them.